and it'll give you a color, and on the back of the bottle there's going to be a chart. I'll show you where you're at. And I'm looking at, I'm a little pushing towards 7. It was 6 4 days ago when I put these little seedlings in it. So after this is done, what I'll probably do is, oh heck, I can do it now, a little pH down and then pH up. To how you adjust it. And believe me, it only takes a little bit. I've got 8 gallons I'm working with here, and I'll probably only need a couple drops. The solution is pretty strong. The pH, now pH up, if I remember right, this is more like an alkaline, so this is not going to be a problem. But this, the down, is actually going to be acidic. Yeah, it says on there acid. Don't get it on you, and if you do, wash it off. Don't get it on your clothes either, because I'm not sure if it would hurt them or not. And I'm just going to do a tiny little bit. Even that was more than I wanted. A couple of drops is all. Put it in there. And I'll circulate that, and then after this video I'll probably end up testing it again. Put a little bit at a time to adjust and then test, because it's easy to go too far on one way or the other. And that's the pH. The seedlings I was doing, I did a little experiment. Let's see, I started the seedlings in the bags here. Tasty tomatoes, 120. That's when I started them. It's February 1st. So they've been in there for 11 days. I took some out. I had a hard time germinating seeds. I did a moist paper towel, and then I tried to put them in a dark, warm place. Well, that was a mistake. Once I got around to actually being smart enough to read the back of the seeds, it says warm place, light, not dark. So I put them on a windowsill. And then after the sun went down, I thought, man, I wish I had more light. And then I realized, hey, I'm just dumb as can be. I built a bunch of light for the hydroponics, so I came and put them under the hydroponic lights. And as you can tell, they're doing pretty good. I'm breaking the roots every time I pull one up because they're growing to the paper towel, but that's not bad. I took a few of them and put them in this cloner over here. And I'm going to take more out today after this video and put them in the cloner till I fill this cloner up. That was the paper towel ones. They did pretty well. This is, just for fun, I went and got some more seeds. These seeds here are Japanese cucumbers. And I threw them in just water and put them under light to see how they would do. This is about the most you can hope for. It didn't do too well, and I've only got about 3 of these that actually sprouted at all. But I'll be planting those 3 in the cloner too, just to see what will happen with them. And when I got those seeds, I went ahead and got these. These are, everybody raves about these seeds. It's a black tomato seed. It was, it's won awards. It was named after a black baseball player, I believe. I don't remember the name off the top of my head. And of course, they're not going to come out of there easy. There's water in here. Oh, there he is. That's about the best they did. And these are just suspended in water. The root systems really didn't go very well. I just wanted to do it for the heck of it to see what would happen. But I'll be trying to plant some of those in this cloner. Now, see, this is what I've got going on as far as the cloner over here. I used originally distilled water is what I filled it with. And this is called a TDS meter. And this one is Sun Leaves. And it's sunleaves.com. You can get them online. Get at Planet K's if you're in Central Texas area. Stores like that. I called it a ppm meter every time I called around looking for it, because it measures ppms, particles particles per million. So the reading tells you, like, if it's perfectly distilled water, it's going to have 0 particles per million, have no particles in it. And of course, whatever you use is going to have higher particles. If you add solution to it, like a grow solution, that's your particle level is going to raise up 300, 327, 400, however high you're trying to feed your plants. And then like tap water, my tap water is horrible here. It was like 478 or something like that particles per million straight out of the faucet. This thing is so handy, it's fun as heck, and it only costs about, this one costs $29. You can get them for as low as $19. And I'm actually feeding my nutrients based on particles, so I needed it to measure to see how much nutrients I had. I also ended up buying some of this. This was 99 cents, I believe, 90 cents or 99 cents, and then there was purified water. And I got it, tried it, tested it out. It was it comes out of Houston or San Antonio, reverse osmosis, carbon filtration, and ozonation. And it only came out to 1, so it's 70 cents. I'm definitely doing the rest of my stuff with this. It's just cheaper. And the rainwater, even the rainwater I got and tested, came out to be about 211. So I may use some rainwater gradually, a little, dilute some of this when I need to get water, and I've got rainwater, but I don't have any right now. Some other stuff I've been using is, this is what I'm using in the cloner for a nutrient base. And I used the entire bottle, and I still probably needed to add about another half a cup. This is all I had at the time. My nutrient solution was 378 in the cloner when I put these little seedlings in 4 days ago. And I used the TDS meter. You take it, you just stick it in some water and move it around. So if the water level's here, you'll stick it in the water. You'll move it around to get the air bubbles out of this compartment so it's reading good. And then you can push the hold button, and it will hold whatever is the numbers so that you can pull it out and read it without having to get down on your knees or something. So this one here, I'm going to stick it in this cloner, switch it around, push the hold, pull it out, and it was about 377, and I'm down to about 301 ppm. I don't know why they don't call this a ppm meter, why they call it a TDS meter, because it reads in ppms. That would be too simple. Once you've done that, just shake off the excess water, and it'll come back to reading 0. Put the cap back on. This is the lid of the cloner. I'll show you the cloner in a minute. Mark down in here each row what I'm growing. And basically they've done pretty good. I showed you the seedlings. I put these guys in here. I just did a few for a test because I had to go out of town, and they all pretty much have done well. One of them, I broke a stem off, and he still seems like he's trying to come back. But they've been in there 4 days, and this is the kind of root system I've got. It's pretty small, nothing significant. I was kind of expecting a little bit more. I really hadn't got anything that much better. That one's doing decent, but I'm looking for a lot more root clusters. That one's starting to have a few more come out on it. So, and what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to take this, basically take what I've got here, the rest of these seeds, and I'm going to put them in this cloner. Just to give you an example, this one is Tasty Treat tomatoes. Tasty Sweets. Okay, so it's this. So this row right here is this one. This is what I just pulled out. Of the germinating seeds. So you can see that they definitely benefited from being in here, about twice the size. Looks like you got a lot bigger root stem on them. And basically all I'm doing is I take one of these little foam plugs, split it open. It's got slots, and because these guys are so small, I'm putting them in the smaller slots here. And I close it back up. So I got a little bit of the stem guy sticking out the top and a root system on the bottom. Root systems are doing good. This guy split like 3 times on the paper towel, the wet paper towels. And then I drop it back in and plug the hole. Okay. And that's pretty much it. I'll be doing the rest of these guys this evening after I turn this off. Okay, for the cloner, it's got a misting system. I'm going to turn it on and show it to you. But I also added an aeration system, which was nothing. It was a $7 little aquarium air pump, Walmart, and then I got $2.99 stone, long stone, to add aeration to it. The cloners I looked up online to figure out how all this stuff works. This one was towards getting at the bottom of the high-end cloners, but it wasn't all the way. The next step up would be to add aeration to the water, so I just went ahead and did it. Kind of retrofitted the cloner. And this is basically what it is. It's a canister. I'll get back and show it to you. And what I've got is a little air pump right there with some clear tubing, and it runs it to the cloner. And down here, you can see right here, this is just my air stone that I set down there, and it's got a water pump. It's got a filter on the intake and then another filter here in line for particles, and it pumps up into this PVC right here, and which goes all the way around the cloner on the outside edges, and it's got these little yellow misters here. Now this pump is actually where's that? Yeah, right there. And this pump is actually a little too strong for this. This is putting out a pretty good stream. It's just supposed to really put out more of a fine mist. When I turn it on, you'll be able to see it's too much. I don't know. I could probably put a valve in this thing pretty easy and shut it down, turn down the pressure. We'll see. I'll turn it off for you. See, I mean, it's shooting. Of course, I got the lid off, so it's shooting all over the place. But still, that's a little more than I was wanting. And basically, what you do is you put your little lid on there, and it's just spraying water on all the root systems underneath, keeping them watered constantly 24/7. I never turn this one off. The light system I've got here is the one I made. It was on another video. It's tilted at an angle because I wanted access to it. They're working out pretty good. Pretty bright. I may end up turning them down a little bit. I'm only using 2 right now. I've got it on a 24, or let's see, what do I got it on? 18 hours on, 6 hours off for root growth. Some people say you don't need it on tomatoes, but these are my 4 lights, and they ain't pretty, but you know, like my dad says when mom's not in the room, might not be pretty as hell, but it's mine. So it worked out pretty good. And on the cloner, keep in the moisture, they've got a plastic hood that you put over it, aquarium style. I've got venting on the side so I can open it up a little bit if I need to. And that's pretty much it. I'll try to get back when things have gotten a little bit bigger and something to look at.